So again, when you have the debug build here, press start and there's a bunch of things you can do. All right, as Beacon already told us yesterday, in this pause menu, I mean, you can just open it like this. Here, when you hold L2, you see the debug menu opening up with lots of options. And if you hold L2 and press A or B, it restarts the level. Which is really nice for testing because this restart is not just a restart. This restart also changes how the level is loaded. So for example, right now we have game level set to European Extreme. We have the eye view on, so we can see the view cones, and these are European Extreme levels of view cones, which are massive. And the problem is, if I want to go and change this now to the smallest version, very easy. I go off the menu, they don't reload. But for that, we can press L2 and A together. And there we go. If I now check again, turn on the eye view, they're still massive. Wait. You'd think it would reload and show us actually the small view cones and load the level in very easy, but apparently it's not. That's how it works. LTA is reload, LTB is restart. Well, I think both. Both is loading the level again. But maybe one of them is just a reset. Now it's EUX again. Okay, let's see. No. So LTA and B are the same. Huh. Okay, so it does not quite work how I was hoping to. See, this is the thing that I'm still learning myself as well, right? You'd think if I change this here to very easy, and if I then go and reload the level, it would actually, you know, change, for example, the view cone size because it loads in, you know, that very easy version of that level. It does not quite work the same way. Yeah. Yeah, basically just resets again here to European Extreme. Okay. What you can do though is you can press L2 and then press Y, and then you go back and basically soft reset the game. But because we changed the main menu with this debug main menu, we can already set the parameters right away. We don't need to like see the splash screen, skip the intro, which is a very nice shout out again from Mr. Beacon. I can just go and set again, I want to go to tanker, I want to go to stage. And now I can set, for example, the difficulty to very easy properly. Load up again W00A. There we go. If I turn on now the view cones, there you go. Okay, this makes more sense. This is very easy difficulty level for view cones, right? The guards are still here, but yeah, the view cones are not massive anymore. Although I personally think on very easy, they're still quite sizable. Which is fun. So that's at least how you can change the difficulty on the fly. What is also fun is, if Fatman set a bomb to explode in 2 hours, you only have 2 hours to beat the game. See, Fatman, Fallen. I think that is too easy. If you want to have a real challenge, you gotta be like 90 minutes at most. But again, I'm talking as a speedrunner who can beat the game within like... I mean, what's the cutoff point? Once you reach the credits, I mean, then you don't explode anymore, right? Once you leave Shell, I think that will make more sense, right? Or like when you're inside of Arsenal Gear, I don't think it would make sense, even if like the shell would explode, that it would continue your game. So the cutoff point maybe should be like, once you reach Arsenal Gear and you leave Big Shell, you have to do that within X amount of minutes. And I think that should be fun. If the previous changes... No, just this one change. All the other changes I immediately reject because they're ridiculous. You're throwing a lot of things in the pot there, and I don't necessarily agree with every one of them. Anyways, the next point here for game settings is results. And I mean, you know how the result screen looks like in the game. This is what you see here. I think it's quite neat that there's so much the game actually shows you. Let me just turn off the radar quickly. There you go. So, at the bottom, of course, you can see the playtime, which makes sense. That is just the IGT in hours, minutes, and seconds. Then you have the clear count, how many times you cleared the game, and specifically also for tanker and for plant. The continue count makes sense when you have a continue and continue onwards into the game. Goes up here. Shoot count, we know you have a limited amount of shots you're allowed to do if you want to get big boss rank. And of course, same with alert. There's 3 forced alerts throughout the entire game. the kill count, the damage count, which is fun, which is apparently not counted, and the mecha kill is also tracked, but not counted towards anything on the score screen. Rations being used, of course, is there. Clearing safe is even a statistic that's being counted for here. And how many red exclamation marks the game has started. Now, red exclamation marks don't necessarily need a lead immediately to an alert, but it still counts. And especially if you play the game Game Over if Discovered, or GOID, then, of course, the red exclamation mark is basically the same as an alert and reset. And, of course, the clear code flag, oh my god, I'm so sorry that I misspoke here. The clear code flag, gotta be really careful to say this correctly, is also being adjusted here. So you can at all times here see what the game, or what you have done basically in the game. Which I think that would be another great thing to add on top of the mods for MGS2 PCMC, because that would make playing for the game so much more clear where you were at. You didn't need to go in, take a continue, and check there. Because of course, if you remember, if you die on plant level, admittedly, not here, sorry. But if you were on plant level, then it would show you hidden, like behind some stuff, what your stats are. Of course, on Tanker that doesn't work. Language, I'm sorry. I'm such a farmer. But yeah, there we go. I took a continue, goes up. This is real-time data. I love that. All right, so let's turn off the result. We don't want to see this all the time. Status view, now that is fun. We actually have an input view here, so we don't need the one that's at the bottom here. I mean, the game has one, technically. It even tells you the configuration, the player flag, and all the other stuff. You can see also the right stick, and it really only shows what you're doing here. Like, so both sticks are now being moved here, and that shows. I don't think the action buttons do anything. This may be just about the sticks, but still. Fair enough. I'll take it. Wait, that's what I forgot. We've been yapping here, and OBS has not been recording at all. Because OBS crashed. And of course, MGS2 crashed now. I want to at least have one decent recording of everything I do here. Actually, gotta do the same thing here. It's not going great here. Let me review. And if it crashed again. Yep, there it crashed again. This whole debug thing, if you don't use this menu, I think it's less prone to crashing, but it does still crash a lot. Jesus Christ. Again, let's go back to tanker stage, and then you guys probably want to see how big the view counts are on European Extreme. Let's be real here. So let's check out the game on UX, and let's just play through a little bit while we keep explaining stuff here, right? And again, this is not a real UX playthrough as we would normally do, because we have also... Oh no, this time nothing's unlocked. This is a basic setup. Oh, right, that's fun. I'll take that. Anyway, that's all the game settings we've just seen here. Name always draw. Not always, but always draw. That's fun as well. Egitai. I think player flag changes when control taken from player. Are you going for loading doors? Taking control of player flag thing. Oh, right. You know what? That could be a thing when you also play back some of the inputs. Say, for example, in plant, when you reach the EF connection bridge, you go out there outside of an alert, and then Raiden is moving on his own. Because I already checked in the code base, there is actually a functionality to record the gamepad and to play it back, and that's presumably exactly how they did these cutscenes, basically, where the game just takes control away from you and plays for you. And assume that's what you can view there. That makes a lot of sense. Mostly just viewing here. Colonel, I gotta look at this. Can you play the 3D camera in VR missions? Not the PC Master Collection version when I tried it yesterday. At least not in the one level I tried. Couldn't change it there. The la-di-do-di-do erased every download link of it. That's fair. Chaff and auto movement also displaying game status. So there's definitely more going on there, right? I have to admit, the game status view I've not looked at too far yet. Well, that's very useful insights. Thanks for working along with me here. And we all generate together a nice, document, I guess. I'll take it. That's exactly at least my idea of the stream here today. We document everything that we have so far. And if more people have knowledge, I am so happy if you share it with us. Okay. There's also, oh my god, there's too much here. About the player. Actually, let's not go about the player first. Pad. We already looked at game status here and of course the system status here. That's all fun. Radar is also easy to check. Radar is just always on no matter if you have it on or not in the system settings. So I could turn it in settings off here, but I'm pretty sure if I turn it on again, it returns back. So even if you were to select at the start of the game, no radar, you could turn it back on again here for debugging. Useful stuff for testing for sure. Those demos are gamepad playback, yeah. If you remove Snake's camera, they're still running around as if the controller's putting in those inputs. MGS1 scope demo does that too. We know that also from speedrunning the PC Master Collection version, because when we first learned about tabbing out, changed how the game works, it still plays back when you tab out in earlier versions of the game without HD fix. If you tab out during certain segments, you can just have the player run around and not do certain interactions. So interactions apparently don't work, but the stick playback still works. So that's how we could use it as well. Also, debug radar works in alert. Good shout. Not gone into alert yet, but yeah, good to know as well. So it works all the time even. Jeez. All right. Another cool menu thing here that certainly a lot of people should know about is pad. Because how the hell do debug testers, test stuff with real fast inputs? Well, they just said turbo on. So the game has a native turbo even, which I really appreciate. It's a bit annoying for me personally, because the turbo is on way too many buttons. If I go to every frame, a button is repeatedly being pressed. Same with odd. Every odd frame is being pressed, and every even frame is being pressed. And of course, you can say no and just turn it off, right? Let's go to odd here, and I try to show around here. As you can see, I got to input exactly for one frame or an uneven frame here, this stuff. But yeah, I can just hold down one button, and he does constant squats. I guess I can go a little bit where it's a little bit brighter so you can see better. Really nice, of course, for the choking sequence. You just hold down triangle. You are done with the choking sequence with Solidus. Nice and easy, right? Oh, excuse me, you saw me. Yeah, even pausing here is not like this. In case you don't know as well, if you press in the right stick, you can forward the game frame by frame, which is also fun. Actually, let me go here and turn it off. Oh, but everything else is on now as well. Display off. No. What else is on? Status view is on. Okay, so if you go and press in the right stick, you can go frame by frame forward. I love that, by the way. It's insane. Because I already used this to demonstrate one cool speedrun trick here in the tanker. I'm going to do this later as well. To go frame by frame to show how we do some stuff and how some tricks work. Really nice to tell you, okay, you go up about this animation or part of the animation, tap, 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 and then now you do another input. I love that. And of course, if you have turbo on, you also turbo then the stick here, so it's oh god. Okay, I just turned it off. Okay, it's a bit whack how when you have turbo, it's on the stick presses, it's on the face button presses. It's not too much fun. It would be nice if you could toggle it with a button press. Rotate also works. Oh geez. Whee. Damn. Ah! There's the guy here. Sending enemy troops. Anyway, so we got all that here. I could go into player, but we already started with enemy. So let's talk a little bit about enemy, right? Enemy is fun. Eye control, open or close. I mean, it's a little bit self-explanatory, right? If you go and close their eyes, they may look at you. I mean, oi. Oh, you don't see me, right? Yeah, because their eyes are literally closed. It's really fun if you want to explore and like mess around with them. Do some stuff. Their eyes are literally closed. They can't see you. And it actually makes so much more sense when you then use the eye view as well. With eye view, you can also tell exactly how far they can see, what they see. So this for me personally was like the most fun, right? If you turn on the eye view and see the view cones, you can definitely tell how, first off, how far they see to alert on you. That's the red view cone. And the blue view cone is when they actually start noticing you. Like, well, like, I don't know exactly what this is, but this looks weird, and they investigate. And outside of that view cone, you're totally safe. So here, okay, just turn around. I'll be totally safe. Actually, let me start again here. So if I... There we go. You can see, especially on European Extreme, why we have to go to the left here, right? On European Extreme, we can't go through the right because immediately this guy would notices us and then interrupt us with a cutscene. It's not that good. His eyes are still closed, but I know that's the whole point. I want to show something with it. I mean, right now they're open because I reload the level, but yeah. So here at this point, if you just walk underneath here, they already notices us. And this is how it works. They basically connect right to our hitbox. So this is where we go to player and actually you can see 5 posts. So zone view, player zone view, 5 posts. This little red box, that's our hitbox. Or at least what they use to calculate if, you know, we're connected to something. We're like too far away here by the wall, they don't see us at all. Same thing if we go up here. As soon as our hitbox enters this little cone here, there's also a nice visualization. Oh my god. A visualization. At this point here, the line is blue. So he does not see us. Right? Because that's the basic idea. Red line connecting to us. The game's like, all right, I see you. And then, you know, follow the next step. Blue line means he can't see us. Any news of the third-person camera mod release? They're still working on it. The people that work on HDFix have seen my live stream and taken in some feedback. So it's up to them to do what they want with this. I'm waiting myself. I'll let you guys know in my YouTube posts if it's out. And yeah. Anyway, this is a nice thing here. So as soon as he walks forward, bam, the line's red. And then you can actually see us and then follows the next step here. This goes all the way out here until we're basically out. If I'm too far away, then he can't see me, but he still notices me. If I'm like all the way out here, we're safe. We need a way to put the gun away without firing when we don't have pressure-sensitive controls. I mean, on PC Master Collection, you tap the left stick. You press the left stick in and he lowers the gun. Which is not as nice as the Substance version. Right? In the Substance version, you can see it on screen here. You press in the left stick and then let go. If I just tapping the left stick on the PC Master Collection, he would lower the gun and raise it again. On PC Substance that I'm playing right now, I gotta hold in the left stick and then let go, and then he lowers his gun. Same thing here. I can also like just holding the left stick and then press it and let go, and he constantly raises and lowers it again. In case you don't know. But that's only for games like Xbox and PC Substance, where it works like this. The PS2 release has pressure-sensitive, you know, inputs. Same with PS3. So there you gotta like slowly let go of the attack button. And I gotta admit, I never figured this out. I really prefer this idea here. Just being able to hold in the left stick and then raise and lower my gun like this. That's my personal favorite. Anyway, now that you've seen this here, what else can you do with guards? Well, let me quickly hide again my little box here. It's not too interesting yet. I'm going to get to that in just a second. Body light is interesting. As far as I personally understand, and the experts, feel free to correct me, body light is just to shine a light at the guards and then hide their shadows. And at the same time, they also get a number on the body that tells you which number this guard is. So this guard is number 0. It's the first one that loaded in. The one on the other end is guard number 2, because we start counting at 0 here. And the one up there is like, where is he actually? Hang on, where is he? The one all the way on the top, that's guard number 3, assigned with the number 2, which is fun. So you can go like exactly to communicate, hey, I found something during debugging on this map here. We see it in the pause menu. This map is called W00A. And the guard 0, or the first guard, gave me some issues. He behaved differently, or maybe he should be positioned differently, right? So that's how we can see what each guard does and then communicate that. The lack of visual feedback is confusing to players that don't understand O to enter. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. So that body like does that as well. Let me see here. Think value. Think value is a fantastic thing to use. Now, there's a lot of data here, right? But it's actually quite easy to understand what's going to go a little bit deeper into it. So I don't think I can show this while it pauses. I'm just going to go in FPV here and look at the sky, and we're going to go a little bit by bit. So each of these columns is one of the on-screen guards that are an active actor, right? And each of these guards have, the different status attributes and then aspects to them, I want to call them. TH1, TH2, and TH3 are so-called thing values, and they represent certain statuses that they perform right now. Everyone's on guard duty, so they have, at TH3, different animations that they do, whether they're walking, standing, turning around. That's all covered in TH3. And if I remember correctly, I can't sadly tab out to check my notes, but actually, wait, I can check my notes, so just do it on my phone quickly. Sorry, tabbing out just crashes the game right now. I don't want to open it each time, but I can check actually on my phone, because that's the power of having a home server. Enemy notes. What did I note down again here? Right. So TH2 or thing value 2 is something like whether default, whether they're dead, whether they're waking up after they've been knocked out or fainted. And for example, TH2 with a value of 8 is when they're on alert. And the think value 1, I think, is literally just default, alert, and evasion. That's right. I think live, you can see here, live is just what they have at live. The FT, I put down, FT is the faint timer. So we're going to go now and faint one of these guards here. And we're currently playing on European Extreme, right? You know that, of course, because you kept paying attention here. I'm going to go to this guy here, shoot him, and let's see what happens here. His A value goes down, and his A value is a countdown. And as soon as it reaches 0, knocked out. And that starts actually the next one, which is FT. That's his faint. FT is like a faint timer, I want to call it. And for European Extreme, it's set to 2,400. Now, if you were to play on a very easy difficulty, it would be 32,000, 32K, which is a way, way higher number. And while we're here, if you were to grab this card here and check out the number, you would actually see it would be cut down by 1,200. The problem is right now, this guy is already too far down. We're going to crank it up again here to maximum. I grab in here, and now check the FT value. It was 2,200, and now it's 900. That's because basically each time you grab a guard, it lowers this faint value by 1,200. And that is the same for every difficulty. Which makes you think, okay, if I want to wake up a guard to then try to collect this dog tag, if you were trying to do this method to wake someone up on very easy, with 32K, and each time you grab it and put it down again, it only takes away 1,200, it would take a long time, which is not fun. For European Extreme, of course, where they are really low on time, how quickly they wake up again, single time, grabbing them, letting go of them, puts this faint timer so far down, it's basically just the rest that then counts down here. Did you know MGS2 is one of the best games on PS2, even though you only play a snake for a short time? Metal Gear Solid 2. That's true, though. Checking with my notes from what I've taken. F, as far as I understand, is the melee counter. So right now we're playing on European Extreme here, and every of these guard has a melee counter of 24. If I go and punch this dude now, it takes one of his counters down. So we know this is guard 0 here on the left. This is the first column. And I can just punch him again. Each punch takes out 1. And once he reaches 0, which I'm going to accelerate a little bit by double punching. Okay, if I punch him now the next time, he will be at 0. But as far as I understand, only -1 counts as a knockout. So we go one more time. And the next time I now punch him, he will be knocked out and faint again. So here you go. Fainted. And actually this faint counter starts at a lower number. It's not 2400, but if I saw this correctly, around 1800. So that's what F does. F is basically the amount of times you're going to punch someone or do like melee damage to them until they're knocked out. And right now, of course, in UX, it's 24. If I go and restart, so we go to tanker stage, config very easy, and then start the level again. See, now their F value is 3. So if I go to the guard on the left, which actually I gotta close my eyes quickly. I go to this dude on the left, F value is 3 now. 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 punch, 4 punch. So he's knocked out already after 4 punches. Does choking drain the stamina faster? I'm gonna check that out in just a second. Just explain quickly what this F value stands for. As far as I understand it, it's basically their knockout value. Once this value reaches -1, they flip over to knocked out. And you can see the TH1 value right now is set to 4, which means they're fainted. They're technically knocked out. They're not knocked out. I'll go and shoot him with the M9. Now you see the FT value, the faint time value, goes to maximum, which is 32k. Like, somebody smarter than me needs to say what this is, like, short maximum value? I don't know exactly right now, but it's fun. And it's very easy again, just to demonstrate it. This does not scale. If I pick him up and drop him down, it only takes him down by like 1200. So I can pick him up and drop him down a ton of times before he actually starts waking up again. Which on European Extreme you can do only once exactly. But as you see the FT number go down and down, yeah, it does not scale. 767? I think it's something like this. I can't pause to display it, sadly. We'll need to check back the video. Max signed 2 byte. Thank you, guitar. That's exactly it. That sounds about right. So yeah, this is an exercise in... You'd think or hope this would get your grab value up from grabbing these guys and putting them down. I'm do my squats. Do my squats. But I digress. You can also CT3. CT3 is a fun number. This is basically just the duration of how long someone is in an animation. Okay, at some point, we're finally done, and then even on very easy, this guy will wake up after we took him up and dropped him down again. The fun thing is, if the number is below 1200, it does not go lower. So right now we're 200, immediately goes down. If I were to pick him up after the value reached below 1200, it would not do anything anymore. Oh yeah. As you can see, the FT from the knockout is actually just 3600, so it's way, way lower. So if you're going for dog tags on like very easy difficulty, I would recommend knocking them out with like 2 double punches to give them 4 punches, and then they reach -1, drop down, and you have like 32 seconds, I guess. It should be roughly a second, right? I don't have I don't have a time comparison in front of me right now, but I would assume this is roughly, every 100 is 1 second. Yeah. That's probably not 100% accurate, so I would need to actually time it out. I've not done that yet myself. Sorry. Anyway, that is a lot of the interesting stuff here about guards. And we're going to get about lethal ways when we reach a later section in the game. But for that, you probably want to go and play on European Extreme, because on European Extreme, again, everything's set to max in terms of like how quickly they wake up, and especially also how durable they are. Also absolutely funny how, like, you double punch them, you immediately move through them. What about propping him against the wall and punching his face? Punch and wake up. Great question. Especially because we're playing here currently on very easy. Let me just show you. So again, I'm going to go here again. Eye control close. On very easy difficulty, the fastest way to wake up a guard, at least in the plant chapter, is to spray him with the __𝐶𝐿 spray. That will rise him super quickly because you can see actually the timer going down like all the way down. But since we're here as Snake, we can't have that advantage. So let me just like knocked out. I'm like grabbing here. How can I do this ideally? Let me see. I'm gonna move in a weird position. Actually, what if I drag him all the way to the stairs? I think that's probably easier. Also, let me just shrink him actually. There it is. Let me max knockout here. In the tanker, you're just cooked. So you see him here. If you stand in front of him, that's here. If you hit his face or head, this is an unfortunate situation with the positioning here. I think you can see the value here a little bit better. Let me... I don't think I can quite hit him here. It's a bit unfortunate. You can definitely hit his face or like punch him. There you go. Okay, each punch, if I actually hit his face, there. So we're at 2300 right now. And it takes him down like 1900. So punching him, you can do much, much quicker, of course, rather than picking it up and dropping them again. So yeah, punching in the face. If you don't have the _𝐶𝐿, that's the fastest way to get him to wake up. Does jumping on an enemy from a hanging position affect their unconscious values? Tank. There is a way how we can test that. Actually, I probably just need to load the right level. Where's the engine room? Oh, we need the stations in front of me. Hang on. The engine room, we can do exactly that super quickly. Minus 1900. Setup time is too crazy for a speedrun, maybe. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get that dog tags, there are definitely better ways to do it. But if you accidentally like snap someone, you just reset. It's really not worth it. Yeah. Like, do you guys know which level the engine room is? Map names, I have it here. The engine room is W02 or W002. Let me see here. So we go and configure very easy. And we need the level W002. 002A? Presumably? There we go. So, because of course the engine room has lots of guards in there, we gotta quickly check which one it is that is in front of us here. So let me just stop printing that. Put on the body light. So the one that's in front of us here is guard number 3. So we can knock him over. See what happens to him. Just for fun. So he fell and got knocked out, and he knocked out his buddy here. And the really unfortunate situation, I can't pause here. So column 3 shows a faint timer of like 3600, I think. Is the other one literally just dead? I think he's dead. Yeah. So column 4, you see TH1 is 4. It's like knocked out, but this animation is 5 and 3, and I think 4, 5, 3 is when they're dead. So yeah, I think we killed him with this move. I'm gonna reset this level again.
You got me. Stay on lookout for the intruder.
But yeah, so if you knock somebody over and they fall down and get knocked out, I think that's still 3600. Let's go over here. I'm just break his neck here. And if I aim correctly, let's see, knock him out. Oof. He's knocked out, but also at 3600. So this value is the same as giving him basically 4 punches on VE right now. I'm sure the one who fell is dead. Oh yeah, Jackie, that's probably the right call. The one that we knocked over and fell down, that's one is dead. And the one that got hit by the body, that is the one that was fainted. That makes more sense. But yeah, that is answered. I have a feeling, because guard 4 is up there. Yeah, guard 4, column 4 is guard number 3. It makes sense, right? It's 0, 1, 2, 3. So column 4 is guard 3. That one is upstairs, not with us anymore. And that down here is guard number 2, the third guard that we just knocked out. Landing on him is 2000 FT to wake up. Are you sure it's 2000? Let me just restart quickly here. Just get the suit. The timer started at 3600. The FT, if you mean that. Maybe hard to see. I'm not sure how good the quality comes over. That's why I record the session here. The recording will be much higher bitrate and higher quality, and I can actually upscale it to 4K, so it's better visible. I mean, when he is KO and you follow him in. Oh, right. Twig him. Okay, well, that is probably an interesting question, right? Let me sit it again and recreate it. So, guard 4 dead. Let me drop on him. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. You're absolutely right. Now I understand what you mean by that. If he's already knocked out, like from a body that fell, and you drop on him, that drop takes away 2k. Gotcha. Yeah, thank you, that was trying to ask. There we go, yeah, okay. We figured it out. Communication. Looked like -100 to me, since he was at F -9 for a moment. Oh. Yeah, we got it. Doing life science. Is that technically a kind of reverse engineering? You want to call it that? Again, this is a lot of fun to me, specifically how the game works here. So, maybe do the same thing again on EUX. I'm gonna lead you into a secret. I've never done engine room on anything else but very easy, because the moment we learned about the so-called Prozac skip, in case you don't know what that is, we never needed to do the engine room. So I've never done a European Extreme engine room. I'm sorry, like this being a thing that's been around for like 3 years, and I only learned like 3 years ago to learn, oh, speedrun European Extreme difficulty. Let me just load it in here. Tanker, stage, we do config European Extreme. And let's do this again and see how the numbers maybe change. If they change at all, I'm not sure. Oh, going by the stats at the top, seems knocking that guy over doesn't count as a kill. I've never checked before. You know what? That is actually a fun thing we could check as well. So I'm going to do it once here like this. Wow, he's actually at -76 for a moment. Because the F value right now is... Right, the F value right now is 24 in UX. And it still gets like... lowered by 100, it seems, maybe? It makes sense, right? It's 24 minus 100 reverts over to -76. Math checks out? Yeah, checks out. Oh, you guys make me do math at this late hour. In any case, actually we can pause here. This is how I learned that. If I don't press L2, if I hide this menu, you can actually inspect the thing values here while pausing, which makes analyzing this a lot easier. So, because I don't know what these guys' numbers are, let me just restart again here. Let me bot select on then. So this one here is number 5. And the one at the bottom is number 4. So we're talking about column 6 and 5. Where you kill him now. Headshot, falling is still kill though, I think. Oh wow, okay. So what does count as a lethal kill? Exciting signs. Let's take a look at that. And I don't think we even need this here, the think value. We can just go and just check the live stats. Result. There you go, boys and girls. So, let's do this. It's a red exclamation mark. But it's not a kill. It's still at 0. Alright. What if I go and then shoot him with an M9 so he falls over? I don't know, does it work like that? Nah, he doesn't fall over like that. Okay, never mind. Headshot into falling still kill him though? Do you mean like a lethal headshot? I mean, that doesn't work, right? That's not how it works. Okay. Sorry, let me restart again here. So again, this is fun. Yeah, kill headshots definitely kill him. Okay, let me change over here again. It's games are off. Thing value print. Oh, also close the eyes so it can work in peace. Wait, this FT is not 3600, right? This started at like 1600. Damn, I gotta quickly check again. Forgive me. 1800. So this FT starts at 1800 on EUX. It's basically half of Very Easy, right? Very Easy was 3600 and on EUX it's now 1800 FT value. Alright, good to know. That's fun. Now, you make this close again just for fun. You see their life is also 10k here. Which is, yeah, you can play around with that a lot more. But I also learned that their, I think the B value it was, also is important when you take someone out. I gotta give me the stage. What is the? Is it special config or wait? How debug? Config debug. European Extreme, and then let's go to W2 quickly. So I have. Actually, no. I think we can do this also still on the start. Hang on. I gotta see the player. Please give me display on. It's not the end then. Wait, how do I give him everything unlocked? What's considered a mech kill? Yeah, it stands for mech kill. So it's like ciphers, cameras. I'm not sure if it's rays. I don't think it's rays. We can check later, but yeah. If you take down a turret or a camera, that is a mech kill. Is it special config? No, special config just crashes. Oh well. The good thing is with this menu, you can still set up anything anywhere you want, you know, which is fun. Oh, item full. That is the unlock for everything, right? Item full, European Extreme. There you go. And now just go to W00A and... Oh, I think I got to do it in different order. Hang on. First select tanker, stage. Then do config European Extreme to set the difficulty. And then do item full, right? And I think that way around it should work. There we go. Okay. 10k USP shots. Config debug and directly go to stage. Oh, okay. Oh, like that. Fair enough. I mean, this way works too. I wanted to check how do the rest of these values work, right? So let's go up to a guy here. It's European Extreme. They have 10k health. Or live 5. But go and shoot his limb here. takes him down by 500. Shoot this limb here. It just kills him. So I've not like fully worked out like how the game tracks when someone is dead. Well, at least the blood works. And if you've not seen how blood gets splattered as a test, I'm gonna show you that in just a second, but yeah. Hardcoded for murder. Oh god.
Freeze.
Let's go here. Shoot his leg. 500 down. If I shoot his right arm, it's not dead, right? That still works. So I guess, yeah, it's basically the two identical limbs, right? Oh, yeah. So you can shoot like two limbs, and then that's that. You can be very cruel with these guards. But again, there's the combination, right? TH1 is 4, TH2 is 5, TH3 is 3. That's what I see on every guard when they're like dead. And also when they're dead, their CT3 is just stopped at 1. So it's like they're permanently like this. So yeah, let me refer to my notes quickly. Just to be sure that I haven't missed anything about enemies, but this is like the brief introduction, what I know, at least so far, about enemies. We can still play around more with that in different situations, but I want to still show a few more things about the player view before I actually start playing. Oh yeah, right. So the A value, we've seen that already, right? The A value is basically how long until they get knocked out from an M9 shot. I have no idea yet what the B value does. I'm pretty sure there's probably a better explanation in the game code itself, right? If you just check the source code. But yeah. Do they still reach for the gun if you shoot their right arm? I mean, let's be mean and try out. Wait. Let's see what they're doing.
The enemy is attacking. Stay alert, everyone.
Was not going for his gun.
What's going on? Respond.
Where is he going? Bro!
We've lost communication with
Is he like going to heal himself?
unit. Check it out.
This is fun. I never take it someone like this. And this is something you just can't do unless you have like forcefully closing their eyes. Where's bro going? I don't know. He's just holding up his left hand like, oh god, I gotta go. Does it like leave for the quarters?
Unable to locate the AWOL soldier.
He's just running. Where is he going? Is he now in an endless circle? Hang on. Where is he going? He's permanently stuck in 058. Okay. Yeah, he's just doing circles. He's Running Man. You guys remember Running Man from MG2? Not Metal Gear Solid 2. Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. That's him! There's a door, so he'll just go. He's probably going to leave. Well, I'm not looking at him, but because we can look at him, he's like endlessly running around. Oh, he's using his radio again. Okay, he's just trying to go into hiding, I assume, right? Because like once he was far away enough from us, then he's like, oh, okay, I can use my radio again. Running Man. Exactly. Okay. All right. Now he's back. Wait. Who's this? No, this is Guard Zero. So it's basically backing in. He healed his arm. Maybe he's got an extra arm from Solidus. I don't know. Or Liquid, rather. Yeah, Liquid. Also lost his right arm, and Liquid's arm was transferred to his right. Oh, we shot his right arm as well. No, that doesn't work. Sorry. Never mind. I wanted to think that, maybe he took his left arm. But no, I shot his right arm specifically.
Freeze.
Poor guy. Oh, he's a 0 above him now. Like a red one.
The enemy is attacking. Stay alert, everyone.
Understood. Increase defenses on half-deck door area. Ensure
Oh, he's using like a stim. Oh, I've never seen this before. Again, this is the fun fact when you can actually extend right in front of them and see what they're doing. They're using a stim package. Hear the vodka, it'll buff out. That makes sense. This is very funny to do in Olga's boss fight arena. These may be blood. Do enemies leave blood trails? Maybe.
Encounter the enemy requesting back.
I mean, they definitely leave blood everywhere. Flag 0, no 0. Oh, is this maybe then for the other guys? Hang on, what if I... Dude, there. No, just set back to 0. I guess the red 0 that was above him, basically this actor maybe spawns an extra actor, like close to him. That's maybe how they're linked. Let me reload and get an alert here at the other guy. This is fine. I need an alert anyway because I want to see the numbers of the guards that are spawning in. Oi. Just close their eyes, so leave me alone. And button light on. So this is a 1.
Requesting backup unit.
He calls an alert. No, okay. These extra guys are also in order basically. But he starts down there and comes along here now to go up. Oh, okay. There he goes. Hang on, this is fun. Let me see how he spawns in. Can I? Excuse me, can I do this? Let me see. It's definitely a different class of guard. I mean, that makes absolute sense. Look at me. Close your eyes. Can we see where he spawns?
Enemy sighted. Requesting backup unit.
Bottle light on. No, we're probably too close, so we can't see where he jumps in. That makes sense. Where would the other one spawn in? Oh yeah, wait. We're under alert. We can now turn on the debug. Right now. There you go. Yep. Sorry. Just did. Let me try again though. Radar debug is on. We're gonna turn his eyesight off right now. And body light on. There's no true doors to spawn from, so it's all trickery. That makes sense. He's gonna freak out now, guys. Ow. So we're staying here.
Enemy sighted. Requesting backup unit.
Already. Oh, there he comes. There you go. Here he comes. Here comes Speed Racer. Well, that's fun. We can exactly see where they're coming from. Wonder if there's a different color for shotgun guards and shield guards. Well, we should definitely check that out in plant, because I'm pretty sure there's no kind of guards here like this. Suggestion: we're gonna play through now a little bit of tanker, and then we're gonna continue in plant with some of these questions, which are great, but we can't explore all of the guards right now in tanker. We definitely have to move over to plant to do, further testing, insight creation, whatever you want to call it, right? For now, let me just turn that off here. And while it's cheesy, I do have literally everything unlocked. I'm still going to play as if I was like on a regular playthrough. Wait, this is fun though. If it's set to like previous, sorry, unequip, I can just change to previous. Research. That's exactly it. That's been basically like all of my past weeks here. And again, this probably won't even be the last time we do this here. There's still so much to learn from the game, and especially from, peeking behind the curtain like this. Right, I screwed up here.
Who's there?
That's fine. Oh no, I still have 9,993 shots. Okay, so in this room here, I want to show you something that's fun. This is specifically about the player. This is a source leak, right? Can you switch to third-person view? I cannot, because this is the PC Substance version. The third-person view you refer to is only present in the Blue Point version of the game, which is not this one. But if you check on my channel, under my YouTube channel, in the live tab, yesterday's stream, I did show that. So if you're really interested in that, check out yesterday's stream where I did play that. The version that I played there was the PC Master Collection version with an early build of HD Fix, where this Blue Point subsistence style camera has been enabled. But yeah. This is basically the PC Substance leaked debug build. That's what we're doing here today. Let me grab some water real quick. Jeez. Okay, so we've not talked about the player debug menu things yet, but of course about the player we can also learn a lot. If you look at this here, you're like, oh my god, what is all of this data? It's basically different flags, your position, your rotation data, you know, where you are in the world, and of course other things. I've got to be honest with you all guys, I've not looked at this output much yet, because it's just way too much. What is more interesting to me personally is, if we turn this off here, the event view. So event view is like different views that show us what is happening in the world. And like, don't be scared, but you can also do this. Oh my god! This is the setting blood every, and this is basically just turning all the dials to make blood happen. This is how you can like test if like blood is being splattered everywhere correctly. And I mean, why not? I guess it works. Oh my god. So yeah, that's a fun thing. If you've never tried this, player, event view, blood every, it just goes wham. It's crazy. Blood floor, I've not figured out yet. I think when you're bleeding, it just leaves like blood trail behind you, but you can see it here in this hallway and like, meh. Doesn't really do that much here. Now, HZD check and HZD check R are so-called hazard checks. If I go and use hazard check or hazard check R, it will just crash the game, right? I mean, I could show you. I know this is W01B, so whoop. If I try to check for a hazard where there is no hazard, game just crashes. Doesn't work. Not a problem. We can though quickly come back again here. So E extreme and debug, I guess, and then W1B it was, right? W1A. Sure, why not? Bloody hell, you're right. Yeah, when you get like one paper cut, exactly. Oh god, this is fun. There you go, that's the re-strategy.
Freeze.
Don't kill me. We've also not looked at holding up mechanics and all that stuff, but there's still more there. Blood flow probably showing some ground area stuff. It works in Arsenal. Okay, so something else we should still look at in plant. Makes sense. All right, so you probably guessed it, but if you go to enemy and eye view and turn that on, you also see where cameras look, right? And of course, you wanted to ask as well, what is the mech kill called? What counts as a mech kill? Well, we go to, oops, here, result on. Swap over to the camera, and if I shoot the camera right now, can you see here? Hope this is visible. So mecha kill currently 0. I'll go and shoot that turret here. Mecha kill is now 1, so turrets and cameras count towards that. What's fun is as well, like, they don't stop looking. At least in the sense of they're still having the viewcons active. I think this is just a debug thing, right? In actuality, they're not rendering anything. If they were to look at you, you would actually see, no, sorry, not this one. Zone view, find pose. if they were looking at you, you would have an extra red line connecting to the center of your hitbox. So this is properly off. I also, like, guys, why is there a view cone here? Let me be real. I have no idea where this view cone is coming from, but it does exist. So, yeah. You guys figure out which actor that is. It looks like there's like, maybe that's where guards spawn in, if I get an alert. Let's get an alert and see what's happening here. We close our eyes. Yeah, this is a guard waiting to spawn in, I guess. All right, waiting for shield guards. There we go. You guys wanted to see shield guards. This is a shield guard actually, and it does have also an actor here, like actor data. If I knock him out here, poof, works the same. So if an active extra guard's coming in here, they also get rendered. So yeah, I would conclude here, the view cone that we just saw when we loaded in is from a guard. And that means, if I run here, oops, like this, let me turn that on again here. If I go, get spotted, that guard is always coming from up here, right? Whereas if I go in, turn back around, okay, well, there we go. Oh, wait. Oh, that does not reset. Okay, so it doesn't matter if I reload with A or B. That's fun. But yeah, I wanted to show basically, if you load in, there's always a guard loaded at the bottom here as well, because when you come from top and want to go down, after Olga, for example, there would always be a view cone active from down below. That makes sense, right? No guard number. Excuse me, you're right. What light? There. So this guard is loading in a 04. So many numbers here. But yeah, this guard with the shield, at least in an area where there is no guard already, is a yellow number. Let's go upstairs under evasion and see what's happening there, right? So let me... So there we go. Here are now guards present. The default guards here are yellow, and then the extra shotgun guards are red, actually. So I guess it's really just depending on the type of guard that's there. Oh, sorry, how do I press it? Like the used amount of guard classes. Does that make sense? If there's already a set of guards from class A, which are these regular guys, they're automatically yellow. If then on top are also additionally guards of class B in there, which are like the shield guards and shotgun guards, they are then marked in red. There are two different kinds of guards. But if you go to an area where there's no guards already present, they're already the first slot of guards, although they're class B. That's why it's still yellow. I hope that makes somewhat sense. You guys are smart. You understand me. The camera reflection doesn't have a view cone. Immersion destroyed. It's also fun in some areas here when we have IV on, it doesn't work. And I think that's just because after a certain amount of guards, they stop rendering the view cones. Do you still see the lines that connect to you? So if a guard could technically see you, but there's like a wall between you, it's blue. But especially when you like turn around, you're like, oh gosh, look at all the lines that are connecting to us here. So the lines that connect to us and that are red, these are then definitely seeing us. That's causing an alert again.
What the hell happened? I'm under enemy.
Oh yeah, lasers.
Secure the perimeter.
Understood. Backup squad to take team guard at the galley area.
Oh wait, the view cones are back now. They were just shortly back again. That is fun. Why are they shortly back again? Maybe because I was in a room where they still work? I don't know. How does the research, buddy? Anything crazy yet? Nothing crazy here. It's just, you know, looking a little bit under the hood. But if I am here in this room, the view cones are back for some reason. Okay, but if I'm in the big area, they're not. Huh. Well, that was fun. You're probably wondering, how do the holds look like? Because this is what it reminded me of. Let me just check again the map names. I don't have them all committed to memory yet. But W04, right. Let's go here. We're going to go stage, config extreme, config debug, and then W04. Holds 1. Ooh. So what I found interesting is here, you see the holds, and this is where guards are definitely working differently, right? The game never streams guards in, they're attached to the level. All the load guards are loaded just in case they isn't loaded. That would be a true conclusion, I would argue, yes. Is this a compiled version of MGS2 based on the leaks? Not quite. This is a pre-compiled version that was part of the leak, and it's basically the PC substance version, the PC version from 2003, with additionally debug, stuff in here. I sadly was never able yet to, compile the actual build. So let me go here and close all of the eyes, turn on the view cones, and as we see, even though there's 2 guards that are actively tracked that are patrolling right now, everyone else is not here. But let's see what happens if I go into the line of sight of someone. Even though their eyes are closed, they're still detecting me and seeing me, and I was like, oh, I see something. And then this one guy that's here, hello Frank, he's actually also getting rendered. So you can see there's like a 3rd column here now as long as he's active, and as soon as he's inactive, they remove him again. It's like, okay, but back to just being like a puppet. Let's go and load in everyone. Whee! Look at all these connecting dots. It's as if we're having stuff on, you know how it is. And as soon as they're all done again, they return back and they just turn into models there. Not interactive. Okay, dudes, you gotta go away here. Yeah, so in holds specifically, again, my assumption is there's also some sort of like game over if discovered logic, because in holds here, every guard that sees you, including the projectors, of course, it's game over if discovered. Even if it's turned off, it's still here. And I think that's why they don't even render the view cones, because as soon as their line of sight connects to you and it's a red line, the game's like, all right, continue. Because we don't even need to check for an alert. It's just, as soon as we have that confirmation, it's game over. Marlon and I were DMing, trying to get past lasers, and he found when you get hit by explosive damage, your hitbox slides across the ground, kind of like crawling. Oh yeah, we're going to take a look at that. I've had the same conversation with Marlon as well. It does not work, unfortunately, in Tanker. Because here's the thing. Even though you slide under the lasers in Tanker, the action engine room lasers, they're a full ball. The one where he did it is where you can still like sneak under them when you crawl on them. And it's a bit different, but we're going to take a look at that. I like that. It's a great demo. Yeah, it's quite tragic. That is true. That's true. Again, what is fun to me personally is the fact that this guy here, the projector guard as I like to call him, and at least in this level here, this guy back there, these are the 2 that are actually all active the whole time, just because they have something to do. Even though they're permanently loaded in. Stop. No, I need to revise something. Let me get the body lights on. Oh, okay. Here in this case, you can actually see the guard lighting up when you turn on body light. In this level, you can see that they're lit up. Oh. Oh, same with this guy back there. Oh, okay. Maybe the ones that are lit up are the ones actually active. I think that makes so much more sense. Sure, it's not top right. Let's see. Oops. Walk too close. Yeah. There's I know exactly which guard you mean. I have an idea how to get there quickly. You will not like it though. Hang on, how does this work again? You know what, I forgot how to do this one trick. I'll just do it here like this. You go down manually. Oh, so I gotta turn on all the things against the body, like on ion and all that. And here we are. That's a guy. So I'm pretty sure this is the one that's actually. Yeah. When he sees us, he does something here. So this guy is the one that's permanently loaded in on EUX, and then the one patrolling down there. That makes more sense. And then the projector guard is inactive until you do something with him. That makes so much more sense. No, let me do this and do this. Let's go down again to this guy in front of us, the projector guard. Because this is also a great room to show. We're gonna take a look at this specifically as well in just a moment, but yeah. I'm still on. Let me just shoot him here. What the fuck's going on here? Oh yeah. This is confusing because you may be wondering. This is because of find pause is active, and actually when you're aiming in a first person view, you're aiming from your chest. You're aiming from here. That's why I was thinking, why is my view red? Well, because it raises basically this view pause, this find pause, or it lowers our camera. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It would be cool if in this mode we could pause and then quickly move the camera around to see what's happening. Because I would love to see if when we're aiming in first person, like the hitbox goes up like this, which some games do, I think. I've seen something like this in Resident Evil Requiem. Or if actually we lowered it, camera goes down to where view box is. Aiming in general is like a very interesting topic here. Considering how... Yeah. Considering it's just going up and down, the camera goes up. So the find pause, like the hitbox, actually goes up. Anyway, the thing that I'm here for. I gotta change this again here. Change tab new. There you go. So hopefully I can do this correct now. So this is why I love this frame by frame forwarding here. Speedrunners, what they do is they go past the projector here like this. And once they just pass it, they turn down. They press square. Shoot. And you can see how the it's probably not really visible on your resolution, but the laser dot is now exactly on this guy here. I'm setting off the shot, and then I'm continuing onwards. And I'm like pretty sure this is what we're going to do it a couple of times now. Check again, close, body light on, IV on. There's a reason why I think this is easier if you do it like a single shot and not with run and gun. Because someone in our speedrunner Discord was asking, is it not possible to do run and gun and shoot this guy here? Because it's back again to unequip. You could go here, shoot him like this, and move on, and it's doable. You just see me do it. But when I do this and like teach people, I always recommend like if you go here, go left and don't press start yet. Sorry, don't press attack yet. Just tap the attack button while you like flick down here. Rotate R stick also step frames. What? Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Oh, that's nice. It's not just pressing. Task speedrun incoming. It's definitely cool to do like frame by frame analysis of shit like this. But again, my currently working theory is it's just, and we can actually see also where we're aiming, by the way. My current working theory is when you run and gun with your gun out and then flick down to shoot the guy, the whole time when you're running and gunning, the game is like checking where are you aiming at, and the moment you would let go of square, and it then confirms your aiming position and everything like that. But if you're going and then just shoot once while you go around this projectile guard, it's actually only confirming the moment you let go. Just tap and immediately let go. So it also checks exactly at the guy. It's like, all right, you shoot this guy. It makes sense. It's hard to convey what I mean by this. I hope that you get it. Why is going past this projector, flicking down and just tapping attack button easier than running and gunning? And I think my theory is that it's just because it's not constantly checking where you're aiming at, so it can then confirm where you shoot, but it just checks the moment you shot, and then it only confirms one's position, which is way bigger if you shoot at the guard down there. Anyway, what is cool though is it hazard? Is it target? Is this the right level for this? I'm not quite sure. Well, I'm gonna show you anyway. So, hazard is a fun thing you can take a look at here. Because hazard is red for floors and blue for walls. And you can see exactly which hazard zone you're in. Like this. Like all of this is a hazard zone for you. Behind is actually when you're leaning against something. I think like here. Yeah, there you go. If you have a wall where you can like lean from it here, this is where your behind view comes in. And fun fact, if you use Find Pause on Snake, he gets like an extra hitbox, a green one added to him. So it will make sense when you're just peeking out and in. You're not being seen, but the moment you're fully peeking out, you're probably going to get at least noticed. Because as far as I understand, I need to like fully confirm this. The green hitbox here can only be noticed, not actually being fully seen for an alert. But I need to confirm this correctly. And anyway, this is a fun interaction. So this is what you see when you go behind. Target though, slightly different here. Why is it named Hazard Zone? Good question. I've not found out yet. I think I also don't have any notes about this yet. I checked the player notes. I only know trap view is basically random boxes that can have events happen. So if you go and check trap. Trap's basically when you have interactions. So here you see, for example, if I'm inside with my red hitbox or Find Pause box, if I'm more than 50% inside this yellow square here, if I then press triangle, I go on the ladder. If I'm outside of this, like here, and I press triangle, it doesn't work. If I like just a little bit in there, it lets me confirm. This is basically how the game knows, like, okay, when you're in this area with this trap view, you can interact with stuff. That's basically how this entire square is bound to, like, if you press triangle here, then something happens. Same works with doors. Sorry, if I go here, tanker, just the very beginning, let's go very easy for fun. Debug, and then there, W00A. So this is how the game checks for interaction stuff like this and where you are. Let me actually turn off the think value. It's a little bit too much on screen right now. So if I go here, once I'm like close enough to the door, I press triangle. Once, if I'm too far away, it doesn't matter. And once my find box is close enough here, it works. This is fun.
Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
I imagine Hold Free Ocelot would be a prop object, not an AI. I think so as well. Because there's no interaction needed. I don't think there's actually an object there. I'd be interested to see if anything comes up when you do like Easter egg, like the ghosts of developers and Ocelot loaded in. That's a good question. I've never actually done the ghost photos in MGS2. I wonder if Ocelot in Hold Free has any character values. Well, you guys want to see Hold Free? Let's jump to Hold Free. The thing is, I have, I'm pretty sure I can't set where I spawn in Hold Free. So I gotta start from Hold A and just go all the way up there, right? Because you want to see from above down, right? At least I think it's easier to confirm if Ocelot's there and if he's an actor or if it's just a model. Sure, very easy, because it doesn't matter. I will turn the eyes off anyway. W04A. Let's go on here. Let me do this trick here. Just easier. Faster rather than hanging. Because again, with this trick here, where we do the so-called ladder glitch, we can just hop forward. I forgot to close his eyes. My bad.
Hello?
Hey, Carly.
Snake?
Ocelot is top floor only, if I remember correctly. Been years since I hunted that ghost. Right, okay. Fair enough. Okay, I forgot to, like, close his eyes. I don't need this, actually. I forgot again how we go down here. Let's just go down without the glitch. I would need to check a dog tag run. But like this time, making sure eyes are closed. So I can just hop over there.
The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives.
Looks weird, right? Now we have to go like normal. This is, by the way, how it looks like when you're just hanging off a ledge with your hitboxes visible. It's weird that it's only one direction, really. It's only in the right half, if I see correctly. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna literally walk up right to the commandant.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations.
Okay, so body light on.
The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role.
There's no actor loaded in at all. I guess each one of these is actually inactive until they get turned active. Yeah, now that he's actually active, he's been turned on. Fascinating. Metal Gear. Commandant might be a scripted trap. A question? I don't think it is, but I'm not exactly sure. The projectors are definitely scripted. You know, when you walk into... Sorry, when you are having everyone's eyes closed and you walk in front of the projector, you still get seen by everyone. Okay, let me just close their eyes. Get knocked out. Yeah, it's scripted. Yeah, so if you go up there, it's basically like a hazard. Maybe here, if I check hazards here, it works. Or it doesn't crash. Let's go in there and check. He's asleep immediately. Oh boy. Okay, let me see if I go and there hazard. Wait, no, not hazard. Hazard check. No, hazard check still crashes the game. All right. That happened, I guess. Well, that's fun. And give me debug. Fun. How about I'm gonna go now. Actually, let me double check here. I'm gonna go now to Olga. Because you think there's debug stuff in Olga. Animated a fireman pole for an area that 99% plays never. I know, right? It's crazy. I love it though. Every time when I do a dog tag speedrun, I go up there to get this guard's dog tag. I'm like, hell yeah. I want to go down the fireman pole because it's cool. Anyway, I could already show you more stuff here. So, trap we already covered. You know, that's where like interactive areas are. This is actually also, this is what I exactly got from the document of MGS2, right? The portion beginning with trap is what sets an event. When Snake enters the area designated as store A1 _ area by another tool, the execution block beginning with exec sends an open order to the door program called door A1. So that's how traps work. I need to do a dog tag speedrun at some point. It's fun. I can definitely recommend it. Hazard checks for walls and stuff. I think that may be true, yeah. I'm gonna be lazy here quickly. Anyway, behind, hazard is fun. Target. So I'm pretty sure target is where a snake can be hit still. Because it's one thing in the red box. The zone view here, find pause. But I'm pretty sure if you get hit in like the here in like the blue area, you still get shot. And the yellow area, maybe when you start bleeding. Wait, no, bleeding is actually tied to how low your health is, right? Yeah, I think I'm talking nonsense. I'm not exactly sure again about all of these things here. I gotta be fully honest with you. Run invalid. Oh no! What about the post in the locker? Oh, we can check that on our way down. I'm gonna quickly show you still Olga. Oh, oops. Okay, here's a fun thing. If the eyes are closed and they can't see me, do I still get hit? Apparently not. That's fun. So it's somehow on hard difficulty and higher. This thing is like bound to a few bits seen. That's fun. In any case, before going here, because I don't want to worry about it, player and Muteki mode. Hands up if you know what that means. Beacon, you're out. You're Japanese. You know what that means. Just kidding. What does Muteki stand for? It's basically invincibility. Or you don't take damage. And it actually comes in 2 modes. So let me... that's not an idea view. We're going to look at so you can... Bless you. So Muteki mode comes in 2 flavors. There you go. Off, which not active. Sure. Muteki mode 1. So if I understand correctly and remember correctly, Muteki mode 1 is basically completely invincible. Even if you get hit, nothing happens. Muteki mode 2 is where you do get hit and you would be like, for example, knocked over from a heavy attack, but it will keep your health full. So you can get checked like if you get hit, you actually react correctly, right? But your health will be still 100%, so you won't die. These are 2 different versions of invincibility. That's at least what it literally says in the code. So I'm gonna turn on Muteki 1 here. So I can walk around in Olga's area here and then, not die.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battle.
Nah, I'm Chinese. Okay, I'm so sorry. I did not want to claim something that's not true.
It's my life, my family. We've shared everything, all the bad and all the good.
Hey girl, I'm over here.
Nothing except the unit.
Boom. Okay, we'll take him on 1 here. Like we don't take any damage. And if I go and restart this and go Muteki mode 2, I'm pretty sure I still get hit. What? Yeah, you see I do get hit. But I think I also lost health. Maybe just lower health that I lose. Because we are on European Extreme, right? Yeah, we're in European Extreme. Nope, never mind. No, health says the same. Oh, right. I lost a little bit of health when I was on deck D. Right. Yeah. But this is... So I was right when I explained. Muteki mode 1, like nothing happens to you if you get damaged. Like, completely invincible. Muteki mode 2, everything works as normal, but your health value is basically still the same. So you can get shot as often as you want. Like 2 different words of invincible. It's a colloquialism, isn't it? Like God mode. I don't know, sadly. I'm not familiar with the word and phrase.
whoever you are, you're not.
My level of understanding Japanese is really limited to like small phrases from anime. And I can ask that, where's the toilet? Like, toilet wa doko desu ka? Other than that, I'm like, it's been way too long since I earnestly tried to learn Japanese as a language. And in any case, because we have a boss fight here, this is fun. So when you're debugging, you can just turn on you can turn on debugging and just see with Muteki mode how the game works. If if the enemy takes damage, that works properly and all things. So yeah, once we get to Harrier, which I don't think will happen today anymore. It's already 10 p.m. here. We've been spending a lot of time in tank here and having some tech issues. But in another stream where we're going to go for again and go deeper into the plant, we're also going to check other boss fights, right? Is there any debug stuff for Olga's AI? Unfortunately not. I was hoping as well here that there's something, but no. I know it's contextual, but unfortunately there's nothing here. There's definitely stuff for Fortune, Fatman, Harrier, Vamp, and Solidus as well. Because if you check the game files in the code base, you see also there's specific areas where like, if debug mode on, then prints out some stuff in the debug menu. Augur, for some reason, nothing. Have you left Tanker at all today? No, we're still only in Tanker to explain the baseline. And I know, there's nothing here. It's way too weird. There's nothing else to do here. Just invincibility mode and that. Maybe in like an earlier version of Metal Gear Solid 2. Like remember, this is the version based on the time they were working on the Vita port here. We don't know exactly we don't know exactly what date this source is from. But we know it's when Bluepoint already had hands on it. So maybe in the original, Sons of Liberty release or Substance time of release, maybe then there were real debug menu entries here. But what we have, and I'm pretty sure when I looked at August file, there's nothing here. Deep diving this, yeah, it's so much fun. That's for sure. It needs second controller PC version and number to use. Okay, that may be true then. Yeah. Can't even use keyboard keys, 1 to 6 keys to do stuff. That's the fun part about it. So let's go with this. We're gonna go to some random level here. Because there's definitely things you can't see. There we go. Alright, this is your captain speaking. You can't do stuff with the keyboard, which I've not even gone into yet, yeah. Which one was it again here? Right, so the number keys do also things. I failed to explain that earlier. 1, like the regular number key row upstairs, not numpad, regular numbers on top. 1 shows you FPS. 2 shows you this. And if you're asking, what the hell is this? This is basically the sound engine test, as marked by SE, where the error is, right? What was it again here? So yeah, with Q and W, you can go left and right. What was it again? It was also a button to go up and down. With R, you go up, and with T, you go down, right? So again, if you press 2 here, 2 is the sound engine and test. Let me turn off the FPS quickly. And in here, there's a few things. If you played the document of MGS2, you maybe remember there's a little menu where you can go to each stage and then can, on a wheel, turn different OSTs on. This is sort of like that, right? If you press 2, you have the sound engine here. And so here you can set the stage. There's basically all the stages you can go on. And me and Scout, we're basically sure you can test how a sound would sound like on different stages. So we have like a reverb mix, reverb time, and high frequency RT ratio. And of course gain as well. And as you see here, it says here Q left, W right, play with E. hope you're able to hear this. Each time I'm pressing, I'm not going only into FPV, I'm also playing the sound. There. This is more audible, I hope. So you can test how these sounds sound on these stages with like different reverb settings. So this is much fun. You have like a super wide variety of sounds you can play. If you ever want to make your own beat engine, this is how you do it. It's basically all the sounds you can imagine. What was that? That sounds like as if I'm like touching something squishy, right? It's all FX stuff, that's correct. There's, by the way, the Japanese ringtone. Source code for documents would be interesting. Speaking of, why the hell wasn't that included in MC1? I know. That would be really cool, right? By the way, the source code leak does also have lots of documentation in it. The code itself has been commented a lot, so you can really easily, trace some of the logic back again. It's mostly Japanese though. Only Bluepoint, of course, has done their comments in English, but I mean, thanks to Google Translate, that's still easy to translate. It's a lot of handiwork. And there's also like full-on pages of documentation. Some larger files have also like very large text blocks of explanations, so it's really fun. The squishy sound is when you punch the poster, I believe. That may be true. Yeah. Oh, this is so much fun. Just playing around. It sounds like boobs. It's exactly what you imagine you hear when you touch a boob. Like, boom, boom, boom. I've never touched a boob in my life. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Knock on review posters and get read. True, that also happens there. So anyway, that's keyboard 2. Keyboard 1, FPS counter. Keyboard 2, sound engine. I need to turn on FPS to tell you what I think keyboard 3 and 4 do. So keyboard... Oh, this is the elevator sound I'm here right now. So what is this? I think it plays the whole time. Omanachi. Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna leave the level and come back quickly. Jeez. Nope. It ain't stopping playing the elevator. Oh, that's weird. I was going to say this is a very long elevator. Alright, we're back again here. So what does free do? Free is... data. Lots of data. What is loaded? Much memory is there. That's all fun. 4 is an skip. So this basically skips every 5 frames. And it lowers it from 60 to 10 FPS. Not the greatest experience, to be honest. Pressing 4 again will remove this frame rate limiter again. I'm only said that I'm 2 hours late to stream. Don't you worry, the VOD will be available right away. And I'm also recording all of this here for, like summary stuff, so it will be watchable back. But yeah, this is what keyboard 4 does. It's a frame skip here. If you really want to play in slow motion, that can work as well. Which again, for me as a speedrunner and tutor, this will be also a great tool to be like, okay, let me press keyboard 4 and slow down the game. So I don't need to like pause and like press the stick here like this. I can also just press 4 to play in slow motion. Never mind. It is not that. I've never done this. This is literally just lowering the frame rate. The logic still plays in the same speed. My apologies. It's really just skipping the frames. Thought you were a retired speedrunner. I'm still a teacher though. And I still speedrun, I just don't grind anymore. It's really just an excuse to be like, why are you not going for world record? Well, because I'm tired. Yeah, it's skipping frames. It's actually still playing the same speed. Yeah. My apologies for incorrectly explaining it first. Anyway, let's go back to the proper 60 FPS. There we go. I forgot what the rest of the numbers do, so we're going to explore together. What does 5 do? Nothing. 6? Nothing. 7? Nothing. 8? 9? 0? Oh shit, okay. 0 does something. What is all that? Oh my god, let me turn off Muteki mode so we have a little bit less on screen. Holy macaroni. Wait, I can't go here yet. I guess it's just a lot of tracking for event stuff. Maybe like how the memory is being used. Plugin, frame start, screen, chain 2 ladder, chain EVM. Chain EVM ladder, chain prim 2, sword chain, grubble, process all present. Maybe this is like a performance monitor. Sorry, I'm on delay. I don't mean to move stuff. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, this is fun. What does it do? Would you mind crouching for a sec? Let me crouch for a sec. All right. Oh yeah, this is by the way how it looks like when you crawl. You have a foot hitbox and a head hitbox and also your center of mass hitbox. That's not what 0 is. Okay, I don't know what 0 is, but that's fun. Yeah. It's also interesting when you lean against the wall, your outer frame gets much, much smaller. Which is probably what explains how you can like squeeze past cameras here. Yeah. Snake's left leg has no collision, which explains a lot of gen crawling. Yeah, it's basically the same thing when you're hanging, right? When you were hanging, I think only the right hand and the right foot has like this green hitbox. You'd have hitbox more, yeah. If I go here, it forces him forward, but if I go this way, let me see. Turning, yeah, I can turn. Oh, yeah, Kitai, look at you. You found something quite, I think, significant. Snake's left leg, and presumably also Raiden's left leg, they have no interaction with the world. It's only the right leg. Ah. Yeah. Well, like, oh god. Let me get up. It's only checking for the right leg. Yeah, I can't turn further here. But I can turn the other way, basically. And then turn into objects. Oh. Interesting. Let me see something. Config very easy. Config debug. If I go by that logic, WOA is that, B, C, 1A. It's very easy anyway. I wonder if that's potential out of one. Surely they tested it. It's kind of exactly what I want to do here quickly. I know of a few OOBs you can do in Tanker. Oh, didn't hit him. Oof. Load screen seem crazy fast on this build. I think it's just not showing because there's no real fade to full black. In the retail version, the game is like fully fading to black. And in the debug version, it's just lowering the brightness a little bit and then going back up again with the brightness. So I think the lows are the same. What is it again here? Right, do you guys remember in TTS? How does it work? There. You can go into the object here. There you go. And then stand up here. It's not really useful at all, but it's fun to like stand on top here. This is what we use in the Twin Snakes to clip past the door in the nuke building. Nuke building 1F. To not get the codec call with Natasha. Same logic here. We just lean against the wall, crouch, and then opposite direction where we want to go. So I want to go down, I gotta go up, and then constantly reset the animation. And then we'll slide in the opposite direction so I can go up here like this. So, little fun stuff here. It doesn't explain at all what this hitbox with the leg is. I just felt like showing you this. 2 rooms up, you can go out of bounds in the vent. Yeah, that's what I also have. I'm not exactly sure anymore how that works. I know that it is there, but yeah. Snake got his dirty feet on the bar and snatched back. Yeah. Do you know how to get out of bounds there? Because I forgot. I've seen the video about that, that's for sure.
Freeze.
Freeze. Same way. Oh, yeah, okay. How easy is it to go inbound? Well, on top of the thingy there, like, super easy. Just walk back down again. You basically hold up to hop down. It was in this area here, right? Yeah, I remember here. There you go. This is how you go out of bounds. The problem is going out of bounds here doesn't do anything. Because if you go here, you have a little bit of lava you can go, and then there's a big wall. And I think it would probably help now. And this is something we can do finally here. I've seen the video replicating this trick here, and I see it, happen. But I don't understand, like, where are the hitboxes? Like, what's the connection with the floor? Let me turn that on now for you all. So it should be not target, but trap. No, trap is where the event is behind, is where leaning. Hazard? Hazard, okay. So presumably the floor reaches all the way here, right? And I'm thinking once I go over there, there's no floor. So never mind, there's floor here. Okay, we can keep walking here. How much floor is there here? Oh, okay. All right, I see how it is. You can enter load zone, which is near by going against the stairs, top of stairs. Oh, right, okay. Okay, just because we can't see all of them until we're in there. That's fun. Okay, yes, you can see why we're stopping here, because there's an invisible wall here. Now that's fun. When I was the guy who did the original video showing this, I had no idea a Japanese player had found it before me when I was a teenager. You did show this? I remember having seen this. I didn't know who uploaded it. It was you? That's fun. Yeah, the ground is visible when I walk on it. It's not loaded in, I'm pretty sure. I think it's permanently there. It just shows in this debug view. How much more floor is there? Okay, there's another wall here extending, basically. Different account. Gotcha. I love MGS2, same. I wouldn't spend literally 2 hours in here just running around in tanker and exploring stuff with this new tool. I didn't love it. Okay, up here there's also an invisible wall. So we're basically completely trapped in a box here, which is exactly the same as the radar shows. Well, that's fun. Yeah, exactly. Radar has the hitbox. I just noticed it as well. So that's fun. Can't go back inbounds here like this, right? No, it just stops there. There's no wall here that we could go against. I tried 5 years in search of a fucking banger. Feed me all the secrets. Well, we're exploring together here. Yeah, that's fun. Alright, in case you guys want to play around with this as well, super important. Oh, I can see Snake from behind the wall. That's funny. If you're on a level and stuck like this and you want to get back inbounds, L2 and A reloads the level. Looks like the boundaries are there to match the radar. I would assume the same, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Fake reflections, right, yeah. The camera, there are 2. What do you mean there are 2? There is a view cone here, and that view cone is the guard that's upstairs waiting to come down if I get an alert. Yeah, we checked here. This camera has a view cone, and then there's an extra view cone here, which is from the guard that when you get an alert will spawn in, going on top here, coming around, and going down the stairs. Yeah. Like you can say, you can smush against the back of the stairs to load the next map. Sure. It is. I know. Oh, when you're outside, right? When you're out of bounds. Back reflections, that is funny. Can you disable load zones? I don't think I can, no. Oh, there you go. I mean, that also works. Wiggle his ass, wiggle his ass. Alright, just loads in. How about the one with the oranges? There's also a trigger for a guy to come, right? I wonder if that's like got some extra mechanics. Pretty sure it is. Yeah. It's probably just like checking here. Because we know it's based on traps. They call it traps, but it's basically just if you are in this area here, and if you like step over to this next zone here, if you enter this zone here, right? You see my red hitbox? That is basically what interacts with everything else. So the yellow boxes are all zones. And if my red box is in a zone, then things can happen. If I enter this next zone and go over the step here, you see already the guard coming in on the radar. That's basically how it gets tracked. Once I enter with more than 50% of my red hitbox in this trap area here, this little zone, something happens. And the same thing also happens with like doors and stuff. Excuse me, sir, can you like leave?
Freeze.
What was also, there's one cool thing I can still show you here in Tanker, and that is it hazard? Is it so? No. Jonas does this. Also, this is another explanation. How do guards find you? This is again from the document of MGS2. Where was it again? There. When the zone system, or with the zone system, you fill up an irregular shaped floor, and it shows like an L-shaped floor, which is like 4 squares up and then 2 to the right. As it says here, you fill up an irregular shaped floor with many rectangular zones. Lines along which adjacent zones touch each other are recognized as data. When it's determined that there are no obstacles between zones, this information does something. I would need to open the document of MGS2 quickly, but basically what it means is if a guard is trying to find you, they try to find the shortest amount of zones towards you, right? So currently in this zone here, and then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 zones here until the stairs. So a guard would come here, here, and determine if I'm on the opposite room, for example, where would be the closest route? They check, oh, well, there's that many zones connecting to you, and then either the left one or the right one has the lowest number, that's where they go. Is there something that shows laser hitboxes? Well, we're exactly here in this room for that. For some part. Just get rid of this guy here. So first off, you can also see exactly hitboxes for guards, which is fun. And I think it was Event View Hazard. Yeah, so if you have Event View Hazard on, you can like see where you're shooting someone. And hang on. Here like this.
Freeze.
Don't kill me.
This is their groin. These are the nuts of liberty. So if you aim at someone, especially if they're like a tough guy, just aim at the nuts. And this is exactly where the nuts are. These are your legs, upper leg, lower leg. Foot is nothing extra. It's just upper leg, lower leg, junk, center of mass or center body. You can shoot his radar here. That's his radar. If I shoot here, well, I guess maybe with the USP, it will be the radar. And then, of course, you have an upper arm, a lower arm, and, of course, the head. That's basically how these guys are working. That plane's the awful ball punching hitbox. I know. It's basically like a whole trunk. Look at that curve. I know. Not true. Oh my god. What's fun is it actually checks also, like, you see this leg here? This leg is way bigger. Like the green box around is way bigger. If I shoot this empty space, it still connects to his leg. As you can see when the arrow connects. So you can technically miss someone, but you're just aiming at the legs, for example. They are having relatively large legs here. Same with the arms. You can shoot nothing there and it still connects to the arm that's like basically closest to it. Oh yeah, let me shoot the radar here. So this should be his radio, right? Oh, he's just dead. Maybe that is his heart? I've not determined yet exactly where his heart is. Maybe it's... I'm sorry. It's definitely shot off there. You can shoot off someone's radar as it's on their body. I'm about 10 minutes behind, but the guard's sitting on the stairs in Dock A cruise lounge starboard and tapping his feet. It's super cool detail. Kojima games always go far with that kind of thing. Yeah, I love it as well. On that difficulty, you can find him just listening to tunes. It's like, yeah, I'm listening to tunes. Radio's on ass, if I can ever see. Oh! Yeah, okay. Well. Let's restart and shoot his butt. Let me close his eyes quickly.
Freeze.
Alright, let me look at him here. That is junk. Yeah, right, sorry. That is his radio. Once the radio is shot off, it's gone basically from view, so can't shoot it anymore. Then, if I shoot him now, shoot his butt cheeks. Oh, excuse me. I mean, I can also shoot his up his butt. I mean, not sure if you guys know this, but you can, you know, also punch a guy in the balls from behind. It's a very mean thing to do, but sometimes you gotta do it. It's for European Extreme speed strats there. We'll go here, grab him, let go, and punch him like this in his ass. I punch him in the nuts from behind. That's because this interaction is basically surrounding his whole body, not just his front, but also on his back. Yeah, you can punch his balls from behind. It's a classic for sure. This is it's funny, right? You can shoot radars from behind. That's because they're literally on his back. Like this little box here. Oops. They're located on the butt. That's why you can shoot them there. So in MGS2, they're on the butt. And then in MGS3, they're here, right? I'm pretty sure that's where they are. It's not just ball punch. It's probably also a Japanese thing. Common Japanese trick is jab fingers up a butt. Right. 1,000 years of pain. Phew. Hey, everybody knows that from Naruto, right? It's probably even older than that. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff here. We haven't even left Tanker. So there's definitely going to be a follow-up here. And I'm not going to do an MGS2 stream tomorrow. I'm going to do some Street Fighter 6 tomorrow just for fun. It won't be on this channel. If you don't care about Street Fighter, don't worry, we'll be Twitch exclusive. But next stream on YouTube here, we're going to come back and then explore Planet, I'm pretty sure. So on Wednesday, hey, by the way, on Wednesday, I want to come back and then explore more of you. We haven't even really gotten through Tanker yet. We haven't even done Guard Rush. Though I would expect nothing in Guard Rush, really. It's just a guard encounter. That's a little bit more programmed, but well, let's go quickly into Guard Rush so we can close the lid at least for today on Tanker, and we can continue next time in another stream on Plant. Thanks for the stream, do lots of fun. I have so much fun. Thanks to you all as well, joining me here and keeping me company. So thanks to you all as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can shoot the radio once they have it in front of them. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me go here. Debug because we're dirty cheaters. And then it should be the last one before WOA. So WO4A, B, and C are the free holds. So the one before WO3B should be Guard Rush. Nope. Or maybe because this map here is containing also the Guard Rush. Does that make sense? Probably. All right. Let me make sure I'm on previous. It is actually on previous. No. And just for fun's sake, turn the Muteki one. I love that it permanently prints this on screen. I bet someone during development was like, hey, this thing doesn't work. I don't get interaction. And someone else was like, hey, did you maybe have on accident Muteki mode on? And they're like, I don't know. Well, I'm going to print it now permanently on screen so we have it on paper. Have I discovered anything interesting so far? I mean, in terms of like, did this reveal something new for the speedrun? No. Not that level yet. Said I can't beat you up on Street Fighter? Aw. But a stream covering the exact thing I search for, and you will play SF6? Yeah, that will be tomorrow. I gotta mix it up a little bit for my own sanity as well. I can't just look literally 24/7 at MGS2. So tomorrow I will be doing some SF6 only on Twitch. So if you're on YouTube on the Speedrun channel and you don't care about that, don't you worry. No need to look at that. But yeah. On Wednesday, I will be back again here, and we're gonna check out Plant Industry, because I didn't even expect we would spend that much time here, but it just goes to show we have a lot of questions. We want to understand a lot more here. So I love it. I assume you've also tried Prozac to see what the hitboxes are like. Did not do that yet, but I can do that in just a moment. Let me just jump into Guard Rush quickly. I nearly missed that shot here. Yeah, speedrunners are normally like told to just look at this part here, because it basically guarantees them the headshot there. It's all this here. So let's print some think value here. This is interesting. Why do I have that guy? I have Muteki mode. I can just literally stand here. I think these free guards, yeah, this is just the free, like, extra guards coming in here. Let me just reload this quickly. No, it's just the free active ones on screen. There's only free active ones on screen at all times. Okay. So it's not even like there's like extra guards on screen. They literally just replace the other number. Alright, that's interesting. Wonder if there's a way to visualize the invisible ball between you and the guards. That's probably possible, not in this view. Don't have think value, and it's most likely in Aim
for the lights.
This is like behind view here, that's fun. Okay, hazard view shows it here, so this is literally the invisible wall. And fun fact, in the US release of Sons of Liberty, like the first commercial release of Metal Gear Solid 2, this wall is basically moved all the way to the back. You can go really far in there. And then for the Japanese release, basically the second release in order, then they moved this wall back here, so that's one thick wall where you can't move past here. It's also not an interactable wall here, ironically. I don't quite understand why. Behind shows those walls that we can lean against here, and for some reason, this wall is set up in a way where we can't, like, lean against it. I can lean here, but not against this. But I mean, it shouldn't be, because, you know, there's no wall here to interact with. Oh yeah, I can lean here like this. Excuse me, sir. And I can peek from here. This is basically what behind shows us. Behind shows us walls that we can peek from. Ah, this is what this means here. And then if I go to hazard are basically walls and floors. Metal Gear Solid 2, everyone. The greatest game of all time, I think. The game uses the same guard by disappearing them and spawning them. Yeah. That's why also, if you want to be faster, you kill them. Because when you kill them, they despawn quicker, and then boop, there's a new one coming in. Oh, that's fun. You can actually see. Oh my god, there's... How much health do they have? They have like way too much, right? Body shots do how much damage? Think value. There. Oh, so a body shot like this, 3-star shot, does 1,000 damage, which is why you need exactly 10 shots to kill him. Jesus. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, on regular European Extreme, the strategy is like shoot them here, swap to the M9, and then shoot them in the head. Which despawns them slower. But you mean, big boss compatible. And at the end there, once they're gone, they're done. And that's Guybrush. Alright. Makes sense. It's just always the same 3 guys, and then they get replaced with each other. That's also why the guys know exactly where they have to go, right? Because there's always this idea of guard goes by the box, this idea of guard goes first left, and this idea of the guard goes right first. Huh. YouTube channels popping off. Yeah, again, I'm mainly here reporting stuff, and I'm very happy people show up. So, hey, we have all a good time together. And I like that I don't have to talk about drama in order to get views. We all just come together because we love Metal Gear Solid 2. And you know what? That's what I really like. That we come together for such a nice game. A good reason to study it again, even after, like, you know, almost 25 years. It was November 2001 that it released, right? The first time. So at the end of the year, actually, it's the 25th anniversary. And yeah, really cool. So again, thank you everyone for showing up here. I don't want to, I don't want to say it each time. We want to do some work here as well. But again, it's very much appreciated that you're all here. Rip Tekken 8. I mean, oh yeah. Dude, I said it before. I will still play it in private. I just won't do content about it, and I'll stick to that. I got Tekken King on Law again in like an early morning session, like 2-3 hours. And that was fun. A single time, a little bit of ranked, and then leave it again. Not needing to worry about like what comments do I get, what video do I make, just playing a little bit and then be off again. And for that, Tekken 8 is fine. But yeah, so before we leave, the final thing that we're going to take a look at here is the Prozac skin. In case you're not familiar, there's a very fun technique in the game where speedrunners go, they lean against the door, where there's an interaction behind a closed door. And let's take a look here. Debug, and it is, if I'm not mistaken, maybe C, all right, WC. What the hell? WC is here? Okay, I have no idea where I have no idea where this is. Sorry. You know what? It actually doesn't matter what there is. Okay, sorry, it does matter. Hang on. So I go here, I said stage, config very easy, config debug to get everything. Come on, where's it? There it is. Let me turn this off quickly because we don't need the think values. I'm just going to walk quickly to the level. I don't know exactly which number it is, but if we just go up here, that's fine. Also, I'm still in Muteki mode. Oops. I really want Tekken to be good. The last patch was the most banging patch they ever released, 2 minutes. And I absolutely agree. And honestly, I said it in the video as well, where I basically said goodbye to it. If they keep doing this, if they actually turn it around, I will come back. It's not like it's dead forever. And just like, the current point in time, I don't even believe in a comeback. And how are they going now to SNK? It's like, okay, that's an interesting move. So politically, there's also a lot of stuff happening here. Anyway, so this door here, we can't get through until a guy known as Tuber Prozac found out that you can expand your hitbox and touch the trigger behind this closed door to load into the engine room. Something that normally we can only do once we entered through the engine room from the right, gone for the left, without an alert, and the guy comes through the door and says, hey, the door's fixed now. So, how do speedrunners abuse this? So this is W01F. Gotta remember that, because I need to load in here again. If I go here, and I like to do magazines, right? If I go in here, an FPV, I throw the magazine, and I turn around like that, I can touch the loads behind the door. Let's do this again in quick action here. And there you go. This is the so-called Prozac skip. And you can only do it once. Once you go through here, it's, you know, it's now set to be like, all right, the door's fixed. You can permanently go back and forth. But speedrunners basically do this here because this is way faster than going through the engine room all the way and coming back up here again. It's a massive trick that was found by, again, Tuber Prozac and helps us to save a huge chunk of time. I think back then it was like 25 seconds, 40 seconds. It is a huge trick. Huge time save for us here. So unfortunately, because I already did the trick, I gotta do it again and load it in again. So at least I know now exactly which map it is here. So they're easy. Debug and W1F. There it is. Wow, it's a capital F even. Look at this guy here in his radio waves, listening to some tunes. Impressive Russian accent from a guy with a German accent. That is a compliment I didn't expect, but I'll take it. I just did this for the goof. Is there any way to mod the game so you can play as Raiden in the tanker and vice versa? There's been, I'm 95% sure someone is working on that for the PC Master Collection. I saw something about that I'm certain of. I'm not sure what the state of it is right now, but I think somebody's working on making that happen. Can't confirm right now because every time when I tap out of the game, it closes itself. So I'm very certain I saw somebody working on exactly this because it would be real fun. There is, what was it, Code Red, Team Code Red, that worked on the PC Substance version, where they basically put in again Snake into Plant, and you can play basically Raiden's mission as Snake, with also Snake's animation where you roll instead of cartwheel. This is actually a category extension speedrun on the Metal Gear Solid 2 PC Substance category extension leaderboard. Really fun, can recommend that. If this gets ported to PC Master Collection, I will absolutely run like this. I will run Raiden in Tanker and Snake in Plant once we get our hands on it, because that sounds like a fun idea. Especially if they are actually using all the characteristics of Raiden, so Raiden with cartwheels. Because that would mean we can go through the tanker even faster than we can already do it. That's a rough mod to make because of how initialization works, but I bet Solid Snake 11 would do it. I hope somebody does it. That would be fun. I always imagine hacking the game to play Snake in the Big Show would be a brand new game of its own. I mean, if you want to do it right, you probably would need to rewrite the game, sure. And there's no animation for Snake holding the Soul Comb or C4. If you try to equip them with Snake, the game will crash. Ah, that is unfortunate. For some reason, I would find it hilarious hearing Snake say he did VR Mission 60. That cutscene would be hilarious. In theory, it'd be similar to the HF mod. Oh, yeah, so then, yeah, I would absolutely assume Solid Snake 11 is the guy to do it. Anyway. So, by the way, did you notice when I was shooting at this guy like this from this view, his hitbox was massive. Let me just quickly load it again here. Oops, we're already here. But yeah, when you run and gun like this, unlike looking in FPV, like if I shoot from here. If I shoot from here, you actually shoot at like individual hitboxes of the body. If I go here in third person with body aiming, that is basically the entire and even bigger hitbox of this guy. Like, it's huge. Look at that. And thanks to auto aiming, of course, you can still hit them. That auto aiming, of course, is turned off for European Extreme. But if you happen to still shoot roughly in the area, and you can see how rough that area is, it's relatively large. If you still shoot them in there, in this area, yeah, you still hit them, even while the auto aim. So that's something I've not actually looked at yet. But yeah, running gun or whatever, like third person aiming at a guy basically renders the entire guy in something, like a huge hitbox. All right, we wanted to take a look at how Prozac works. So for that, we go to Player, Zone View, find POS. And the idea is that we go here, turn FPV, and then touch the door behind it. So some reason we found out when you throw a magazine like here, turn around, it makes basically your hitbox much larger. Now, I don't think this is actually shown here. Well, it's probably very hard to hit the right timing to let go. Yeah, because then once the game loads, it's not even pausing anymore. But the basic idea is, for some reason, that when you throw here and turn, this hitbox interaction gets larger and actually interacts for more than 50% with like the interaction that's behind this door. Of course, in the other level, but you know what I mean. Keep tapping R1 maybe? Maybe, yeah. Problem is you don't even see your hitbox here. I think... Wait, you can tell here by this box, right? Because when you're in FPV, your hitbox is actually rendered way bigger. So if we go here like this, it gets closed again. But you can see already how the door is opening up now. Like I'm standing here, the door's not open. But if I go here and throw... Oh, it's way simpler than that. The hitbox is already expanded when I throw. That's what this red is around me. This red around me is the hitbox. And if I turn, doing the throw, it's bigger. You can see basically if I go frame by frame now. So we're not here, but... Oh my god, this is complex to set up. Roll, pause, there we go. This whole red shade around me, that is already my hitbox. That is what this red box means. Now I understand. And when I turn this hitbox, now expanded doing this throw into the interaction behind me. So we'll go here now and I let go. Even though the door was not open before, now it actually interacts with the door and lets me go through. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. It's sometimes hard to tell what exactly is happening because you're in FPV. If we could be in FPV mode, but not pull the camera out again to see like from an outside view what happens, it would make more sense. But I hope you understand. Right now, hitbox small underneath me, right? You can see it here. Hitbox small. I throw, hitbox large. It's really that simple, like caveman style. And as long as we turn, and doing the turn into the camera, this enlarged hitbox doing this throw animation then touches the door behind. Ah my god, this is actually way easier now. So again, here, door does not open. Doing my throw, door opens. I do also take a slight step back here. I mean, that's also fair. But yeah, during my throw, you can see how like the dimensions around me are way bigger and then they get smaller again. You can also keep opening and closing the door if you spam R1 after you've done the throw. Ah, okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe then if I pause at the same time and go frame by frame. It's going to be tricky. Oh, wow. There you go. Oh, we captured it. Okay, we found our answer here by, by repeatedly pressing FPV and then frame by frame advancing. Our hitbox, which is around our hips, actually gets like raised up in FPV. Ah. And so when we throw a magazine, any throwable item, the magazine, a grenade, a chaff, and a stun, all four of these, if we throw these items, this hitbox gets enlarged. If we use this enlarged hitbox and then turn into the door, then we can interact with the door behind us. I mean, if you do it normally now and turn around. Oh, okay. It just goes to show that we just had it for a moment there. There, yeah. During this whole throw, when we in FPV, our hitbox is also like moved up. Huh. Interesting. Guitar says to JN, Raiden can use the USP if Snake is an NPC in Arsenal. It's the game being told to load animations. Not impossible if you think. It's just ever initializes USP code unless told. If Snake's there. Isn't it also true? Like I've watched the reverse engineering server a little bit. Somebody said every weapon is basically USP. Like every type weapon starts as a USP and then gets object-oriented programming, gets copied off and then modified into another weapon. That's fun. There's gotta be C4 in the Snake tails as well. Probably. It just never initializes USP code unless told. Like if Snake's there. Okay. That's what you were saying. Never. It makes a little bit more sense, but never. It's so fun to actually do this frame by frame now. Yeah, I know. There we go. This is also another thing. We can move the hitbox also behind us. Look at that. That's the one frame. That's the magic frame, I think. Okay. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Again, this red box, if you're just tuning in, to recap, this little red box is our hitbox. And if more than 50% of this hitbox is touching with another trap zone, it's like a little square, then something happens. And these doors here are programmed automatically to open if you're far enough in. It's relatively similar to MGS1's Boba Skip, if you remember. If Snake does this little hip thrust damage animation, he touches the load zone behind the frozen door in Tower A in MGS1. Similar to that here, completely different route, but if we throw a magazine here, and if we're at the right frame here, the hitbox moves behind us, and it also enlarges. That allows us to push our hitbox, this little red box, far enough behind the door that's normally locked to interact with the trigger that's behind it that causes us to go on. We did find out in the Twin Snakes, it has to be a door that basically loads into something or that there's a cutscene trigger behind it. Because in Twin Snakes, we can actually use it, I don't want to say it wrong now, at least 3 times. We can use it in the docks to leave the docks quickly. We can use it before the guard rush to leave the little cell that our friend is in. And we can leave or interact with the elevator in Tower B. When we come back down, from the Hind fight, we go to the elevator. We can also Prozac skip exactly what we did here with that elevator and enter it early, have the cutscene trigger that shows like, hey, you entered the elevator, but it's giving you an alert because it's overloaded. So at least in Twin Snakes, if there's a cutscene interaction behind that, there it works the exact same way. And I think now, MGS2 and Twin Snakes using the same engine, it's most likely here that it's the same logic. Yeah. If I go out, if I let go, the hitbox is lowered. If I tap for 1 frame R1 again, it moves the hitbox up again. Fascinating. This bug surely has bigger implications. We've not found anything yet. We've not even fully understood how it works. It's all just, estimations. But now that we can actually see the hitboxes, like here, literally we can see it. And we can see what it does. Now we can understand. The big problem again I have is once I actually, touch the load zone behind the door, the game cannot go frame by frame anymore. We need to take the recording and see what it does there. But at least with an open door, we can see what happens there. I mean, you can also use it in plant in the, stage. Very easy. Wait, debug. It's just a Tango 2. Tango 2, we can do it already with Raiden, but his hitbox is also way different. Shoot. Does somebody know the level for Tango 2? Let me check my level sheet here. Map names. The district can also be done exactly at Tango 2. Tango 2 is... Sorry, Tango 1. Tango 1 we need to do, not 2. Arsenic, helium... W44A is Tango 1. Okay, W44A. Hey, there we go. And thanks to Muteki mode, we can just walk forward. Yep. So if you go here, and thankfully now, don't need to worry about these Tengus. This door here, we can also already glitch through. You just go here and then punch, kick, and doing the kick, let go FPV. So let me go, I guess, frame by frame. Yeah, I mean, you see how we just load through. Not that helpful we do it like this. But if I go and reload this again, right in stage, VE, debug, and then 44A, right? 44A. There. Probably don't even need to go anywhere else. I just go here. Yeah, the same thing applies here. Our hitbox gets huge. Oh, there you go. Here's the expansion now fully visible. I pressed R1 for 1 frame and forwarded it here. Also, by the way, implant, if the map is here and it annoys you, all map display off, turns this off. So let me go again here. I'm going to throw here. Pause. Go out. Press R1 for 1 frame. And you can see how this hitbox expands largely. So, okay, that is huge. If I go in a 2nd frame, it moves to the head. And if I go a 3rd frame, it stays there. Okay, this makes it so much easier to conclude what is actually happening. I remember this bug couldn't be used to show one to bridge early. No, it can be. I'm pretty sure. That is the fun part here. Yeah. If you're fully out, if you press R1 for 1 frame, you can already see how the hitbox is like put to the head. So the earlier question that we had is the hitbox in FPV at the butt, around the hips. If it moves up to it does move up to the head. And you can see the expansion here as well. During the throw, you see how much it expands and blows up here. Ah. Yo, okay, this is how Prozac works. Thanks for uploading the NES Metal Gear teaching. It was very cool. Have fun, Brian. Thanks, Sensi. And good luck with your Metal Gear NES runs. It's a very fun speedrun. Okay, so this fully explains how Prozac skip works. It's hard to tell with Snake, but if you go here a little bit frame by frame and go back and forth, you can actually see how this hitbox expands, like really large. And during this turn of this enlarged hitbox, more than 50% interacts with the trigger behind the closed door in the tanker, and that allows us to skip it. All right. That's huge. The problem is I have to like always go back and here. You see how large the hitbox is now in FPV at the end of the throw of the mag. Yeah, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I wonder if Prozac skip could be useful more consistently. It is. So, you know how when you go all the way up here and there's guards there, the one way you can do it, of course, is where you stand exactly at the door, do punch, kick, and let go at the kick. But of course, maybe you know that, if you look here, if you go punch, you turn towards the Tengus. So what you can do instead is you lean here, do Prozac, and then that's the exact same thing. I'm just better at the trick right now. There you go. So runners, especially on higher difficulties, they prefer to use Prozac skip here because it doesn't matter if there's Tengus around you or not. You just ignore them, throw something like a mag or a grenade, turn it to the door. And then you're not reliant on the punch, kick, which would turn you towards the next Tengu because, you know, attacks realign you. So yeah. Giving yourself an extended hitbox like this to an extreme, you could pass a trigger like electric floor. That is a potential. Surely. Let's go back to Tango quickly. But okay, this little sneak peek at Raiden helps a lot to understand how Prozac works. And you can already feel a video in the making here where I actually go down and explain, okay, this is what Prozac did. And now we can finally explain how it works as well. It's a little bit clunky still because of this back and forth. We can like easily confirm how it works. Ideally, we would have a mod again that like removes the camera independent of what we do. So we can like lock the camera behind us permanently and we can see this interaction happen without needing to go back and forth frame by frame. But this is proof. The hitbox literally expands and we can just push it into the trigger for more than 50% to make the game think, all right, you touched the load zone, you're free to go, even though the door is closed. Fascinating. Very, very cool as well. Let me do one last thing here. Oops, no, I think I already pressed this one here. And one F. There it is. So I've also been asked here about engine room, right? And here's the sad nature so far about engine room. We've still not managed to get past it. If you could make it past engine room without the how does it work again? Press square. Yeah, you can see how big it is now. It's literally huge. And it even expands if I go back into FPV. Sorry. Yeah, that's funny. So if you go here to the engine room, you know the drill. Can't move on from here. Right. This whole thing has like one gigantic check here, which, yeah, we can't make past. I'm not even sure which way we need to check here. Marlon did this some time ago. Is it trap view? You got into the middle here as well. Yeah. I think once we're like past this, we would actually explode. Like the last step here, and then there's nothing here. Hazard shows this here. The target as a check would crash here. Not exactly sure what this is here. Zone. No, zone does not show it. Online info also not. By the way, I'm not sure what online info exactly does. It just shows here these tiles. We know there is data about an online multiplayer in this game here. But like, don't ask me what this does here. Trying to process game into lasers should blow up. I mean, that's the expectation, right? So I just forgot how far I can go actually here. Let me go. Okay, it's basically right on the line of that. Yeah, they do. Let me just try to quickly execute it here. Can you see the nades hitbox? Maybe try and just clip the sensor with the hitbox. Actually, I don't know. Doesn't really seem useful. The idea is that like we throw grenade here and then we explode ourselves backwards. Which we need Muteki mode 2 online here. The problem is if we try to do it like this here, we can't move like the sensors. Can I hitbox X anyway? Sure. We know what is strut F in land. Strut F army W22A. Let's quickly go here. So plan stage. Very easy. Debug W22A. there. Let's see. What are you doing? Just when the blind and deaf. So there's lasers here, right? But we know we can like go underneath them here. I was like, that's fine. The game's like, you're cool. You're gonna do it like this. And the fun thing is, in here, our hitbox is currently too high. Like, we would actually touch the lasers. If we're on the floor, it's fully on the floor, we can go underneath it. And Marlon found out that if you go and use a grenade here, I think roughly here, and you get like knocked back. Is that the photo Muteki mode? Maybe? I need to like probably turn it off quickly. Okay, why am I not getting damaged by the grenade? What? Should not be like knocked back? Was it when I like explode the grenade in my hand? Okay. No, it's off. Muteki mode is off. I mean, Muteki mode 2 should like allow us to effect, right? Alright, there you go. Okay, that works. And if I have the grenade like behind me, it should work that we can use the grenade explosion like here to blow us past the sensors. I just don't know how Marlon did it, but he said he made it work. And you know what? I'm just gonna leak the DM from him. He definitely showed me. Like 98%. It works. I need to just scroll through like 10 hours of like discussions about like, oh, this code is very cool. But he did send me the video of it working. I might as well leak it. If I can find it. It's been 10 years ago. There's the video. All right. There, okay. You gotta be like this. Notice how we're snake here, by the way. So if your hitbox is like here, okay, and if you're already on the floor, if you take damage from an explosion, you get knocked back underneath the sensors and you can technically skip them. Huh? Where's the rest of the video, brother? There. Because you can see like, okay, when you're already on the floor, you get knocked back like this, the hitbox stays down there, and then push, you can make it past it. Oh yeah, I think that's a snake tails mission. Yeah, makes sense. Anyway. Where's my chat? There it is. You can also keep teleporting your hitbox back and forth if you keep pressing R1 after you've done the Prozac skip. Oh wow, okay. It's a very specific angle thing, and he was very close to them. Alright, okay. Well, yeah. Sorry, Marlon, for leaking this, but considering you probably will never talk about this, I just leak it for you. Excuse me. I owe you a coffee. What if I can push you into an event, like for fast events? Would it be worth taking the damage, though? Presumably?
Nothing here.
Okay, something broke. The game keeps playing, but no videos right now. That's fun. All right. Let me check. What is Strut-D? D is W18A. Okay. Ask him to check the vent and it doesn't work apparently. Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I just need to restart the game unfortunately. W18. There you go. Strut-D sediment pool. Let me turn off the map. And then close their eyes. And then, oops, because I restarted the game, I gotta zone view, find pause, status view, hazard. Is it hazard? I don't even know.
I'm under attack. Stay alert.
Okay, so it's this version of the level where it's actually already active. That is unfortunate. Oh, but wait. Hang on. That is because I have a debug setting. Okay. My fault. Because debug setting gives me like card level 99 or something. Of course I can go for the door there. Let's do this again. Config very easy and just go there without anything. 𝐸𝐴, there you go. Yeah, boy! Yeah, boy! Hey, Ryuzaki, thank you so much for the raid. How you doing? How is it going? Feeds is bad? Yeah, for various reasons. I need to protect my chat.
Nothing here.
How? I have nothing here now. That is... Wait, when I go here, pause select? What's that? Okay. Can I change config like this? Okay, config very easy, then I get my weapons, right? Wait, that is... Where am I? Select plant. There you go. Blues, do you want to confirm everyone who's banned, or do you, you know, want to have an actual chat? There you go. 18A. Now I should have a weapon, right? Do I have a weapon? I got nothing. Wait, why do I have nothing here? Select plant, stage. Config very easy. Why do I go there to have nothing? Oh, because the game... No, this is how the game starts. That makes so much sense. There's no way how I can do this here with... Cutoff 5, debug. Like, it would be nice if we could have like a realistic setup here, you know? Okay. I think our dive into plan will have to wait. But there is a way how we can go to hostages like this here. Because in hostages, it does give us a base set of stuff here that we could have. So I don't understand exactly how the setup works. If you could have this here, add Strut-D, that would be nice. I guess this debug menu is just pre-configured. If you go to hostages, it will give you like a set amount of items and weapons. Maybe go to story, yeah, maybe. Story. Config very easy. And before, after them demo. That is all the cutscenes, right? Bomb event 2 left. Okay, hang on. I'm alright. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay. Now we can go Strut-D with a base amount of stuff. Hey, that works. 50 magazines. Yeah, I think I'm good with 50 magazines. Also, by the way, yeah, this debug version does not render water correctly for me. I don't know why. Let me actually close the eyes. Okay, and at this point, we only have stuff that we could have here. Story-wise, so the door will be close. All right. Yeah, so it's fairly easy to glitch into other areas like that. Unfortunately, in plant, because in tanker there's no cards, right? There's no levels to get. But in plant, every door checks if you have the right level there. And if you don't have the right level, this happens. So you can get through a lot of doors, but because you don't have the right card level, the doors on the other end does not open for you. Which, yeah, that's unfortunate. In tanker, this works because there's no check there. There's no card levels. And Tango 1 into Tango 2 is basically working because there's also no check there when you enter Tango 2. It's just like, yeah, story-wise, you just move on. So, geez, to finally have a proof here, yes, you can do it, but it's no use. You need the card level. If you want to break plant, theoretically, you would need to, like, increase your card level somehow. We know from the randomizer where you can get random cards as well. So you immediately get like card 5. You can break the game in half. You can basically skip all of Shell 1 if you have the right items and just move on and do the rest of Shell 2 and the rest of the story. But yeah, the game checks even on entering levels if you're at the right card level, and that unfortunately stops you from breaking a lot of stuff here. Else speedrunners would probably already have like a sub 40-minute run. Not exactly sure what the IGT is for a very fast guard seat in MGS2 item randomizer. But yeah. Also, fun fact, I can't pause here, so I can't even reset the game normally. If you delete the door, you can run to the spot where you can regain control. I had a cheat on the PC version where I could move doors out of the way. Ooh, that's fun. I mean, maybe that's what like other numbers do here. I don't think that any of these numbers does that, but worth trying. Yeah. At least not the numbers. The numbers don't seem to do anything. Oh, I can shoot. That's nice. Infinite shots. Damn. All right. I guess that's it.